normally make, but I was watching a Stephen Darby video, and it was talking about how when women have multiple partners, sex partners, you actually have the DNA of the person that you have sex with, and it gets stuck, trapped in your body, because a woman is someone that takes in the semen of the man. And when that semen of the man comes and gets in your body, it gets in your bones, it gets in your mind, it gets in your brain, it flows throughout your whole body. And so when that happens, it will change the chemistry of your brain, the way you think, the way you make decisions, and actually change your nervous system. It'll change, it'll determine the decisions that you make based off of what is inside you. It's sort of like taking the jab that the people took, and how it changes. It doesn't actually go towards the problem or whatever the issue that you're having in your body. It actually changes your very DNA. So when a woman has many different sex partners, you are actually taking on the personality, you're taking on the ways of the man that you are actually having sex with. So imagine if a woman is having multiple partners, and these partners, let's say this person has some sort of mental health disability. Let's say this person is a violent person. Let's say this man is just whatever his issue is. You now have that flowing in your body. That DNA from that man is flowing in your body. So that's why you have a lot of women that are impoverished. That's why you have a lot of women that are, it looks like they're just unsettled. It looks like they're just out of sorts when you see them, right? They can't make sound decisions. They're just really flighty. Not all women, but these women that have these multiple sex partners, we call them the 304s, where they're just promiscuous women. They try to entice men with by the way they look, their body, by dressing certain ways that will make just any man kind of like go crazy over them. And then they get with these men, and the women are trying to actually be like a man. A man can have sex with a woman and wash himself off, and he's washed her completely off of himself. We are the initiators. And the woman is the person that is she takes it all in. We are the ones that initiate. So when we have sex with a woman, we can wash ourselves off and go on about our business. But when a woman has sex with a man, that very DNA of that man is in that woman's body. So now she's taking on the characteristics of that man, any problems that man has in the spirit, any mental problems that man has, she has in her now. Every biological issue that man has as far as his physical well-being is now in that woman now, right? And so I was thinking about our society and how it just seems like there's the people that are in our society are very unstable, man and woman now. They're very unstable. They're very just they're emotional. They're very just a lot of confusion. There's a lot of different things going on in people's minds right now. That's not what I would say. I'm not a very old man, but I'm old enough to know that the world has changed and that the society has changed. And I'm just wondering, I'm like, well, there, a lot of the women that not everyone. Now, I'm not saying that every woman out here is seeking this certain type of man that is violent and just bad dude that doesn't want to do, the right. No, I'm not saying that. There's women out here that want good men, that work, that love God, that serve him, seek him. But then there's women that just want this whole excitement that the world tells them that they should have, this very, man that'll just do anything, get money any kind of way, treat a woman anyway. That's like enticing to them. It's like dangerous. It's like something that's fun. And so they take these men. These men have all kind of issues going on in their lives, right? They don't want to work. They don't know the value of hard work. They don't know the value of the importance of forming relationships. They don't know how to form relationships, right? Because they have also been tainted by this world that's taught them that the woman wants a man that will do anything to get what this world is offering. And most of the time, that type of personality is going to do illegal things, things that are not of God, things that are not right, in order to achieve this sort of status. These women go for those men, right? And so then you have a whole population that is filled with children that come from this DNA of this man or these men that these women have been, these 304s, right? That they go to the clubs, they you know, they're dressing scantily, they're dressing just like perverted, and men look and they're like, oh, I want that. And then you have your sexual encounter with these men that you know nothing of. These men come from all walks of life. You haven't searched them out. You haven't checked them. You haven't done anything. And then all of a sudden you have a whole population of children that come from that seed. And then you have a world of children that are unstable mentally, a world of children that do not know how to make sound decisions. You have a world of children that just don't have that foundation that they need in order to be able to make it in this world, right? Because they come from that DNA. Now, these women, the 304s, they have no idea what they're doing. They want to be like a man. They want to, this whole feminism thing that's going on. They want to be like a man. They say, I want to be able to have the same opportunities as a man. I want to be able to flaunt myself around and be, do what a man does. If a man wants a woman, he goes with a woman, and he gets with another woman. He gets with another woman. Now, this is wrong. This is not godly. It's not of God. And the man will pay for it. It says when we have sex, when we fornicate, we're sinning against our own flesh. So when you're sinning against your own flesh as a man, you will, of course, reap the penalties of this. But a woman is a little bit different. She takes in all this DNA. So imagine if she's having sex with this man, this man, this man, this man. That DNA is not staying in her body. It's not leaving. She may clean herself and go and wipe herself off, take a shower, take 3 showers. But that DNA is now internal. It's in her body. And so now that DNA can make them sick, because when you have the semen that's stored up in your body, what do you think happens? What do you think actually happens to that semen that's in the body, in the woman's body, that stays there? She can't get all that semen out when she washes herself. That stuff goes and flows throughout her whole body. It gets her sick. She can get sick. That's why they have the mental problems that they have. It make them crazy. It'll make the woman crazy. And you have these 304s out here, these Hollywood women and these rappers and all of these women. They try to teach our society that this is the way a woman should be. Flaunt yourself around, be like a man, do what you want, get what you can get in this world, regardless of what the consequences are. They don't tell you about the consequences, but get what you want in this world, regardless of what the consequences are. And so when they go out there and they try to be like a man, they're having all this sex, and they're going and say a woman can spray the perfume on herself. She can dress up. She has, a lot of them, have the bodies that we, if you've seen a woman, she has a nice backside or she has a nice chest or whatever. She can go to a club and get any man she wants. All she got to do is show some sort of little small interest. And us, we'll be like, oh, okay, she looks good. And all he wants to do is take you home and have sex, or go wherever you go and have sex. And then the woman now has adopted that mindset that she wants to do the same thing. Dress up, smell good, go out and meet some guy that will do what she wants to do sexually. Right? She has her pick of any dude she wants, because this society has taught us that this whole sex is all that matters. Looking at a woman through the lust of the eyes is all that matters. So there's many of them out there. All they got to do is wear some tight clothes, and even a woman that's flat, she can end up being someone that's very attractive because she's the kind of clothes that she's wearing. A man is out there, he just wants to have sex. He just wants the feeling. That feeling, the sex is basically, it's a holy thing. But sex is a thing that God gave us to procreate. And sex does feel good. And so men, we're basically, that's the way we think. We really value it. Just to say that, just to say that. Men really value having that experience with a woman. But women, in the past, they wanted families, they wanted children, they wanted stability, they wanted to feel a protection from a man. They loved that, they respected and loved the fact that they had a man. It was like a badge of honor to say, oh, I have a man and I can have a child and I can have a family and I can possibly have a nice house. Now it's not that. It's about, I want to be like a man. I want to do like a man does. I want to do all of these things and then like a man, not taking into consideration. Not taking into consideration, you're not built like a man. You are, and I'm sorry, you're not built like a man. You can't do everything, woman, that a man does. And that's just the way God made it. God made the man the head and the woman is his helpmeet. But regardless of that, the body is just not made the same. So you can't just go out there and have all of these sexual relations and not think there's going to be a consequence for it, because your very mind, your very soul, will change. And that's why you have all these women out here that kind of like, and I'm not saying everybody, and I preface this, and I'm not saying every woman is crazy. A lot of them have these mental disabilities. A lot of these women out here, they get upset. They get with one guy, they get with another guy, and then they have all of these different spirits that enter into them from these different men. And it happens with men's too, because that's a soul tie. If you do your study, soul tie. They have all these different men inside of them by their DNA, and it's changing everything in them. Men, we don't have the parts that will allow it to come and just stay in us. Now, of course, the man has a part that has, whatever. You can do that. You know what I'm talking about. But the woman, we go inside and we insert, our DNA is now inserted into the woman, and that DNA stays there. So you can't just be having multiple men, and think nothing's going to change. Now you have a society full of children that are now also being paying the repercussions from all of these different sexual promiscuity. What is this? All these sexual encounters that were not thought out. All these sexual encounters were done out of lust, done out of sin. And you have all these different men with these different issues, different problems inside your body. And this stuff will now taint your seed. Now you look at the world and you're like, why do kids so crazy? Why are they so mean? Why are they so arrogant? Why they have no respect? Because it starts at the foundation. It starts at the foundation. It says, blessings to you from Yahusha Reborn. Is he answering questions? Not right now, because I'm doing a job. I'm doing a job right now. I'm at work. I was watching the Stephen Darby video. It's an old Stephen Darby video, man. If you guys think that the words that come from Stephen Darby is outdated, no. Watch the video Wrestling from the Demonic. Watch the video Time for the Silly. Time of the Silly. It talks about everything going on right now in the world. It is scary how he was saying this stuff 8, 9, 10 years ago. And the stuff, and I watched these videos before, but now the stuff like's going on between Ukraine and Russia and all these things going on is talking exactly about that. The smart cities and how they're going to destroy the cities and make them into smart cities and all these things as being the judgment of the Most High God. Yes, Stephen Darby, go watch it. He got powerful videos. Learn of him. But anyways, we have to move past this whole 304 culture. These women, not knowing, maybe they do know, are taking men to hell, because it's all about the sexuality, the promiscuity. It's all about attracting men with the lust of the eyes. It's all about this whole instant gratification culture that the women are now ahead of, because they know the power that they have to lure us to them, because this culture has told us that the way in order to get a woman basically is to be a certain type of man. Men just want the women. A man wants the woman, and he always has, because we've been created to want the woman. She's our helpmate. She comes from our rib. We are attracted to the woman. Most men that are in their right mind and want a woman, right? But the thing is, these women know. They say, okay, you want me, you got to either pay for it, or I'm going to do something or present myself in a certain way which will attract you, to draw you in. And check this out. It's not to draw you in to have a child, to have a family, to have a nice life, or have a connection, to have a union that is rooted in God. It's not that no more. And it's not the woman's fault, because the society, it is the woman's fault because she's falling into it. we are responsible for the actions that we partake in. But the society drew the woman in to make them believe that this is the way they should be. So what we need to do is to stay away from these people. If you're a man and you always wanted a wife and you're like, I want children, you better do your due diligence seeking out these women, because most of these women, they can present themselves in a certain way if they want you, right? But if they want you, they'll present themselves in a certain way to attract you. And then once they got you, once they've had that sexual experience and put that, quote, I'm not trying to be dirty, but put that thing on you, and then you get stuck with that woman, because there's soul ties now. There's soul ties that are not connected. But when your man and a woman have a sexual relationship, get attracted to that woman. She gets you stuck in that relationship mentally, because you guys are both creating soul ties. Now you're both stuck to one another. The woman, like I told you before, has the DNA inside of her that will cause all sorts of mental disabilities, that'll cause her body to get sick. And also when she has the children in the world will be flooding the world that don't have the mental stability, don't have the right spiritual makeup, because it even goes spiritually now. When you keep having all these sex with these people that are not stable, that are not in God, that are not serving him, that are living as this world, you don't pick and choose the men you want to be with. You just want to go out there and be like a man and have sex with any man that you want, just because you feel like you should have the right to do it because a man did it, a man does it, or a man did it. And you want to think you're a man. Feminism. I'm a man. I can do what a man does. I can do. You see how the lie from the enemy just corrupted and polluted the world. It corrupted and completely polluted the world. But anyways, y'all, I just want to, this is not the type of videos that I make. I make targeted individual videos, spiritual videos, but this is spiritual itself. I just saw this video from Stephen Darby, Pastor Stephen Darby, bless his soul. And I just felt the need to share this, because I love the women. I love my women in the Israelite community. I love the women in the Gentile community. I love everybody. But the thing is, I just feel like I'm looking at this world and how evil this world is now. I'm looking at how it's changed in even the last 5 years. I mean, even 5 years, this world is unrecognizable if you look. If you're not just stuck in your own life and going about your day-to-day operations, your job and your family, whatever, you can see how this world has changed. And the people have changed. And it's because the world is now being flooded with the children from these 304 women, from these men that don't have any aspirations to do anything, they have no family, they have no morals, they have no respect for themselves, for other people, for God first and foremost. And now you got these children that come from that seed. And we got to stop. Those that will be there, not everybody's going to stop it, but with the remnant, if you're believing, you say believe in God, you believe that Christ came, the Father sent him, he died, and that Christ died at Calvary, rose on the third day, and you're trusting him for your salvation, and you are still locked in one of these relationships, and you're still living that way, you're trying to give it up, and you're saying, oh, I need to give it up, but I'll just keep doing it for a while because, God understands, he don't understand, you're going to pay, you're going to burn. You're going to burn the lake of fire. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. You're polluting not just yourself, you're polluting the world. That's why the world, and God's gonna clean it up. I'm just one of these people out here that's just trying to tell you what I believe the Most High is telling me to tell you through just the Spirit. And you can listen to it if you want. There will be some that will listen, because not everybody that comes to my channel is not of God. Not everybody that comes to my channel is some fake that's just listening to me to hear what I got to say, to see how much information that I have and see what impact I'm trying to make on the world, to try to do something, for some nefarious reason. Not everybody's doing that. Some people come to my channel that actually want to listen to these words, and they're inspired, and they make the decision to do the right thing and serve God, and to turn their lives around and to seek him and to turn away from old ways and old evil ways, right? In the Bible, it says that we once lived as the world, but then when we came to God, we turn around from those wicked ways. We turn around. If you're still holding on to the world and these relationships with these women and these women, if you're in this relationship with these men that ain't about nothing, ain't just what where these men are at. You go to these clubs, you seek these men out, you wear the tightest clothes, you making sure your body is just popping, right? You look good. Who cares? That doesn't even matter no more. Do you understand that the body only lasts in its current state, as far as the young state where you're all popping and all the stuff is in the right place for a certain amount of time, and then you're old, and then you're hanging, and then now you're trying to compete with the younger women and the other generations when you can't do that. You make yourself look foolish, right? Trying to compete with some young woman that has it all together, that been tainted just like you was when you were her age. Now you're trying to be like her as some 40, 50-year-old woman, hanging your stuff out, because that mindset done polluted you. You don't want to do that, because that's all you're going to have in your life, is just trying to be somebody that you're not. Trying to do some stuff that's not going to benefit you in the long run at all. It's going to take you to hell. It's going to take you to the lake of fire. And then if you, as a woman, this is talking to the women right now. I've talked about men ad nauseum in my videos and our problems. I'm talking about the woman right now. If you entice men to do this, you go out and you dress these ways, and you I'm sexy and I'm this and I'm that, and I know that a man I can pretty much get any man I want to come back to my house, because men just want sex. Most men in this world. Not men like me. I want a woman of God that has his spirit, Holy Spirit, that's my helpmate, that'll walk in this life with me and help me on this path to serve the Most High God in spirit and truth. But there's most men in the world just want the sex. They want the instant for gratification. And the thing is, you know it. You know what we want. Most women want. So you'll go out there and dress these ways. You can have sex with pretty much any man you want. All you gotta do is to go to him and say a certain thing, or do a certain smile, or dress a certain way. And then all of a sudden you'll take that man home. You'll have sex with that man. You'll do it again. You'll go in another club, another week, another day, and you'll do the same thing again, another thing again. You are enticing us to lead us to hell. These 3 or 4 women are enticing us to go to hell, to the lake of fire, because they want to appease their sexual gratification, their sexual desires, because this world taught them that that's the way you have to be. A woman can be just like a man and be mentally like a man, right? So you go out there and you do these things and you cause men to fall. Don't you know God has a record and he's writing it down? Oh, you did that on purpose to entice that man so that he would have sex with you, not knowing you didn't want nothing to do with him, knowing you didn't want a relationship. You're not seeking no marriage. You're not seeking no healthy God led or healthy God feared or formed relationship. You're not seeking any of that. You're seeking just the sex and the fast life and the fun, and you look good and you want to go out there and just keep doing. God is writing it all down. You're not getting away with anything. It's a matter of time. He can cause your body just to lose its appeal immediately, or he'll wait until after you're gone, after trying to turn you around and teach you and show you the area of ways. He can just keep you in your sin. So you'll keep doing it until you die and you burn in a lake of fire. Let's just be real right now. I'm an Israelite man, and I want to preface that in every one of my videos. I'm an Israelite. So we are to walk in the light and to share these things and these truths with our people, not just our people, with the world. Because I'm the one that tells you Israelites, Gentiles alike can be saved. I'm not going against, I'm not following no new age, stupid, foolish doctrines that say, oh, only Israelites, the Negroes, scattered to the 4 corners of the earth should be saved, can be saved. You got to be out your damn mind. That goes against my God. And you think I'm going to go against him? He's done everything for me. He's my provider. He's my preserver. He's the lover of my soul. He's my guide. He's my strength. He's my power. I'm like, he's not like that. He died for the whole world. So my job is to give the message to the whole world. And if you take it, if you don't, I'll dust my feet off. If you don't, then fine. But I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. And I'm telling you, watch out, men, women, for people that don't have no good desires. They don't have no desire to walk in God. They have no desire to live for him. They just want to fulfill their sexual gratification or instant gratification. They want instant gratification. You have to control yourself. You have to ask God for self-control to stop those urges that are in your body that would lead you to make the decisions that would destroy the world. You're not just affecting yourselves. You're affecting the world. When you make these foolish decisions, you are not just affecting yourself. You're hurting us. You're hurting men that want to be with a woman and actually have that real relationship, that woman of God, that woman that loves him, that has a family, that has children, like the 80s. Like the 70s, all these generations were bad, but there were more families. There was more stability. Men could come home, and women knew their men went to work, and regardless if it's poverty or not, because my people were in poverty, but we had that foundation at home. You go to that home and you see the man and the woman together. They loved each other. They got through the hard times. They loved each other, right? They had kids, and the kids were raised up in a certain way where they had morals. They had a respect for their adults and people around them. And first and foremost, God. They knew who God was. But now you got you have a population of people that are void of God. That's and the society's telling them to do anything they want, live any way they want. It doesn't matter what you do. Get yours, get the bag, get the money, get the gratification. And then the consequences are never told. No one ever talks about the consequences of living in these immoral ways without self-control. We're not supposed, don't you, here, I'm going to end it right here. When a person goes to work and they work a hard day of work, hard week of work, they come home and they just sit down and they have that quiet moment with themselves. And they're just like, wow. They're just like, their bodies is like, now you're sitting on the couch or whatever. Your body's relaxed. Now you turn the TV on or whatever. And you just feel like, okay, I did some stuff that was very hard today. It was very difficult, but I got through it. And now I know I'm going to get paid. So there's some sort of reward for your hard work. And then you have in your mind that I'm being responsible, I'm taking care of business, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, right? That is a blessing, that is a reward, that is a glory. And then you do it again, and it gets hard, but you feel like you're part of a community of people in the world that are actually doing what they got to do, and it's like we're connected. It's like we're all doing this thing. It's hard, but we're doing the best we can, and I feel good for the work that I've done. And now I got to do it again, but I'm not alone. But then think about this. There's these people that don't go to work, people that don't have any morals, people that don't have any sense of I work hard and there's a reward at the end of the day. They just live for the moment. Like the world tells us, YOLO, you only live once, YOLO. You only live once, so do anything. Self-gratification, do as much as you can. It doesn't matter who you affect. It doesn't matter what you do to yourself. It doesn't matter. That's what's in the world. They don't have any sense of self-control, no sense of responsibility. Do anything. Do anything. Because they don't have God. Nobody taught them in their families to do these things. A lot of these families were one parent households. Most of the time it's the mother, and the mother has been tainted by the whole feminist agenda. Oh, we can do anything a man can do. We don't need no man. I can do anything that I need to do, and I can tab my kid, and you're not going to tell my kid what he can do. And oh, you're the father, but you don't have the right to tell my kid. That kid comes from the seed of the damn man. That is our kid as well as yours. It's not about yours and mine. It's ours. We both created that kid, but that kid, if he was the biblical days, that kid would go with that dad because that kid is made from the seed of the damn father. Now, I'm not the man that's, the woman don't have, the woman is just as important because the man can't have the kid without the dang woman. But that kid and his faculties and everything was created by the man. Now, of course, when the seeds in the woman, part of her DNA is in the kid too. But without the man, that kid wouldn't even be here. But we don't have any right to tell the woman anything in this world without the man, without the woman. So we don't have any rights. None. They stripped us. They stripped us from the rights to be able to affect and influence our children, to have any type of say when we have children over our children. Because that's what Satan always wanted. He's against the man. And he's certainly against the Israelite man, because the Israel is the woman, and the dragon, like he's heard in the Bible, going everywhere. I know the dragon is coming after the woman. The woman is all of Israel, man and woman Israel. The dragon, Satan, which is the God of the nations, coming after the woman to destroy us. That's why our families are all destroyed. That's why this whole promiscuous society has been promoted or aimed at the black African Americans or Israelites. 304 women doing stuff, presenting themselves in ways as being hoes and tricks, and the men are pimps and players and hustlers. Are you serious? We're the only group of people on this earth with this problem. They laugh at us. Who cares if they laugh at us? But it is sick. It shows you. Now, on this channel, I told you, we're off. We're out of the 400-year curses. That's over. 2019 to 1619. And everything that's been jumping off in the world, all the fires, all the pestilences, all the earthquakes, all this stuff is the judgment of the Most High. Even if he uses the enemy to create the stuff. The enemy thinks they're being slick and doing all these little these false flags and create even earthquakes. They got machines and weaponries and fallen angel technology to create these earthquakes and to create the weather anomalies and all the hurricanes that you're hearing about every week. Mind you, all the in Maui, all the lasers and all they did that with lasers. I've seen that before. They did that with lasers. That wasn't no forest fire. They did that because they're trying to make smart cities. They're trying to get all the people out of there. And then it's the judgment of God, because he says, God, listen. He says, I create the good and the evil. So in order to create to fulfill his ends, the Most High will use even the evil man to do his will. The God is in control of everything. I'm not saying God's evil. It says in the Bible, read it. I create the good and the evil, but it's all for the good, right? This world has to be destroyed. We have to step back and realize when all these things happen, you always wonder, why did this happen? Because it has to be destroyed for the Israelites to become put on the top. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the world to come. Jacob is the Negro scattered to the four corners of the earth. So when you see all this evil happening in the world, don't trip. I know it's hard not to trip because we're human, right? And it's that propensity to get scared of the stuff that we don't understand. And it's like, oh man, what's going on around us? But you step back, read your Bible, and understand the Most High is going to destroy this thing. And then he's going to put his people back on top, and it's going to be right again, right? But here's the thing. The enemy tries to do the same tactic. I'm going to destroy it and build it back up. You ever heard that before from the New Age and the secret societies? The rise of the phoenix rises from the ashes. You ever heard that mess? That's only Satan's attempt to try to mimic what the Most High is doing. Oh, you destroy it, we'll rebuild it. The Most High is going to destroy this whole society. He's going to destroy everything. Just the ways of this world, the way this world gets down, the people that are in the power structures. He says that who's first shall be last. The last shall be first. The Negro scattered to the four corners of the earth, the Israelites, the true ones. And not all Israelites are black. Not all Israelites are the Africans. They're Israelites that are in Africa that are scattered to the four corners of the earth. And a lot of us here in America, which is Babylon. But now it's going to be the head. We're going to be the head, and the nations are going to be the tail. And the Most High is judging the world right now. That's why you see everything going on. But he uses even the wicked man for his ends. So the lasers that destroyed Lahaina in Hawaii, in Maui or whatever, that was Most High didn't do that with his own. He allowed the enemy to do. Trust me, as a target individual, we know a lot of stuff, because when we sin, target individuals, I know I'm going everywhere. Target individuals. When you sin, the Most High God will give these people the ability to influence your life in ways you have no idea. He'll allow them to do it. And if you have mercy, he has mercy on you, he'll sustain you through it. But if he doesn't, hey, he's righteous anyway. But blessings to you guys. Once again, watch out for this 304 culture. Watch out for this whole promiscuous society and this whole they're trying to promote it they've already done it. We're so far in the future, you have no idea. I don't know when Christ is coming back, but I'm looking at the world and I'm just like, how much more? But I have a feeling. It says in the Bible, this time in the last days will be like no other time. It'll be the worst time in the history of the world. And I'm like, okay, I think it could get worse. Way worse. Way worse. I don't even think our minds can comprehend, but I'm going to end it with this. The reason why nobody knows when he's coming back is first because he said it. But check this out. He says, I will come back in a time which you do not know. They shall be eating and drinking and marrying, and the end will come. You got all these different channels saying, oh, it's going to happen 100 years from now. It's going to happen this time. He says, but in the Bible also says, always be prepared, be ready, be ready. Look around yourself. See what's going on. Take off the scope and the spectacles you've been deceived to look through, the spectacles that have been guided by the agendas of the world, and put your eyes on Bible prophecy. Read the Bible. See where we are at by looking at Bible prophecy and then matching it up with the world. We are almost there. And I don't know when he's coming back, but I know he said that one scripture that is the most powerful. I'll come back in a time that you do not know. You will be drinking, eating, and drinking and marrying. I feel like, and this is to end it right here, honestly, a person after a long period of time, they become deceived or they become desensitized. The word of the day is desensitized. So there's probably so much evil that we are living through right now that we are not even aware of because we're used to it. So then the time is getting closer for Christ to come. That's why it makes that scripture the real again when he says they'll be eating and drinking and marrying, and then the end will come. In my life, I'm always like, won't we just know when Christ is going to come back? Because it'll be so bad. There'll be explosions here. You'll be walking in the street and there'll be gunfire and explosions and planes falling. No, because it's going to be like this. It's going to be like this where you can still go to work. You can still have your relationships while there's wars over here and wars over here, and people are going through losing houses, and there's anomalies right here, hurricanes, and there's an earthquake over there. But then you still going to work. You're still talking to your friend on the phone about going to the club while all this stuff is happening. There's going to be there's a desensitization that's happened. It's like what is that? It's like that effect. It's like that. What is that? It's like where you cognitive dissonance. Anybody in the chat? I know you guys are there. Hey, I'm so sorry that I've been speaking longer than I was supposed to because I got to go back to work. But I will subscribe to my channel. If you want to hear more content, subscribe to my channel. And the Most High, I don't make videos all the time because the Most High don't lead me to say things all the time. I can't be making videos all the time. Because if you don't inspire me, I'm not saying nothing. Because I've seen these channels that have videos every day. So where do you get the inspiration to do that every single day? Are you trying to make money? And I don't care what they're trying to do. Bless them. God bless them. But for myself, no. So I made this video today. Cognizant dissonance. Thank you, Wednesday. Kennedy, blessings to you. Blessings to everybody. Subscribe, like, share. But here's the thing. Cognizant dissonance is what's leading people not to know what time it is. You think it's just normal time because you're still able to do certain things. That's the trick of the enemy, to keep you asleep long enough while the world is imploding, and then all of a sudden Christ comes through and you're not ready. We don't know when he's coming back. When you look around your world, you better be getting your life right. You better be crying out for forgiveness to the Most High God, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, in the name of the Son, Yahushua Mashiach, which a lot of you call Jesus Christ, which is okay. Because I was raised to call him Jesus Christ in his spirit and in truth. I've learned that. I used to do the whole GOCC thing, the camp thing, right? And it was like Ahaya Yeshaya. Fine. I got power through Yahaya and Yeshaya because I was thinking about the God of the Bible. And I'm not saying every name. I know there's going to be a lot of people trip right now. I'm not saying every old name you say is of God. No. But the ones that we have learned that have been of the Bible, the one that is of the God of the Bible, and you are mine, you're like, that's the God of the Bible. You say Jesus. We've been Jesus. Power. I say now Yahusha. That's what I say, Yahusha. I say Jesus, Christ's name is Yahusha. Some people say Yeshaya. Some people say Yahawashai. Some people say for the Father, they say Ahaya. Some people say Yah. I say Father Yah. I don't say God. Some people say El. El is a name that symbolizes God, right? But the name, it says in Exodus 3:13, I think it is. It says that I'm the God of your forefathers, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I am that I am. In Hebrew, or whatever Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew, whatever, it's Ahaya, Asha, Ahaya. But see, the thing is, I've learned also that it's Yah. And then also I've learned that it's Yeshua. So listen, this is why I'm saying each one of those names I've had power. And I know in my heart and my mind who I'm talking to. The God is a God that does not sleep nor slumber. He says, I know my people. I know your heart. You have to know he's there. You have to know. So when I say these things, if I'm not saying the right name with the right pronunciation, it's out of ignorance. And it's not out of any ignorance that I'm trying to do anything wrong and go against God and serve some other wicked God and Satan and all. No. That's why when somebody says Jesus, I'm like, blessing. Somebody says Yeshaya, blessing. I'm like somebody says Yahusha, like I say, blessing, because we're all thinking with our mind and our hearts, and we're talking about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We're talking about his son, Yahushua and Mashiach. We're talking about his son, the Christ that came and died and rose for us. You got to get out of this mindset that they're putting you in. It is spirit and in truth. He knows you. If you're trying to deceive him and do somebody, worship some other God, you will perish. You're not making it to the kingdom of God. He knows our frailties. He knows our weaknesses. He says in his word that we look like we're looking in a looking glass. You're looking in a looking glass dimly at the power of God, who God is. We don't know who God is completely. We know of what he's told us, but because we're in this state right now, in imperfected bodies, imperfected minds, we don't know as we will know, but later on we shall say, Abba, Father. He shall come with a new name, and he shall tell us his name. It's in the book of Hosea. Read about in the book of Hosea. Book of Hosea, it says, I will come and you will not call me Ishi anymore. You will call me Abba. You will call me by my new name. You should say Abba, Father, but he said he'll have a new name. So he is spirit and truth. Our hearts are being consecrated now. This is the time where our hearts are being consecrated, right? We were first guided by the law. Now it's the spirit. The Old Testament, the law. New Testament, Christ comes. It's spirit, consecration of the spirit, the heart. So it's about spirit and truth, which means if you are somebody that's trying to manipulate God, you're fool. I'm not gonna say foolish because I don't want no smoke from the Most High. But you're not on the right path. You're not fooling God. If you serve him, he knows. If you're not, he knows. You better to start knowing that there's a God that's real. There's a God that's looking at you. There's a God that's right here. I'll never leave you nor forsake you. I never sleep nor slumber. I'm right here. I'm here. He's more here than anything else you see in the world. That's what you got to understand is you do serve a God. He does exist. He's here. He's watching everything you do. Target individuals. They're watching me. They're looking at me. I tried to tell you this and I'm ending right here. I promise. Target individuals. We're watched. We're stalked. We're looked at. It's in a bad way. But if it happened, the Most High is allowing this to happen. You look at your life. Maybe he's trying to use you. Maybe you're Jonah. Maybe you're running from God and he's awoken you to see. We're always talking about how we're awoken to see things other people don't see. Maybe he's trying to use you, but you're not. Your life ain't right with him and he can't use you, so he's tormenting you. He's causing you to be tormented. The Most High God, he is the one possibly causing you and causing you to be tormented, causing me to be tormented when I do the wrong things to get us back on track, to serve him like Jonah. Oh, Jonah, something's wrong with this boat. The boat is falling, the waves and crashing in the water. What's going on? So are you against, and somebody said, are you going against God? Have you done something? Jonah knew, jumped off the boat, and then there was peace. Some people are signed to serve God. Target individuals. Maybe you are assigned. Not all of you, because some of you are fallen angels, demons, witches, and warlocks who come here to listen to our information to see how much we know, or to try to do some weird, nefarious evil to try to hurt us or whatever. But the Most High protects us. But that's what you're here for. But then the other ones that are here for the right reasons, real target individuals that are been probably chosen by God to do some work or works. You're probably going through what you're going through because you are not seeking him. You are not serving him. Evaluate your life. Evaluate your life in these days. Repent, repent, repent as I will. Blessings to you. Like, share, subscribe. If you would like to donate to this channel, I'm going to put actually the what's this called? There's super chats available. If you guys would like to do that, that's fine. If you'd like to donate to the channel, it's Cash App, $, I think, yeah, $, Judah J Talks 144. Says $, JUDAHJ TALKS 144. That's the Cash App. So blessings to you. I will be making more videos a little bit later, maybe today. I said that yesterday, but later, maybe today, tomorrow, maybe y'all willing. And please like, share, and subscribe. Blessings to you. I love you all. Repent, turn to him. Blessings to you, Miss Telia. Blessings to you, Wednesday Kennedy. Blessings to you. Blessing. Let me see. I'm just going down the scroll here before I get off. Okay, yeah, I see that you two are the ones that are here today. Blessings to you. Who else? From Yahusha, are born 91. Blessings to you. Make sure you like and share and subscribe and come back because God is doing some revelations right now. All right, y'all. Blessings to you. Until next time. Shalom.